6, Jordan Bear. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 10, Drew Palmer. Batting fifth for the Thunder, the third baseman, number 27, Jake LaBounty. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 12, Ethan Kirkman. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 25, Kyle Arenhammer. Batting eighth in left field, number
And how about a good morning from Nicolay Field? Won't say that too many times. Frank Krupe alongside Darian Pritchard here for Adrian College Television as we welcome in Bulldog baseball fans to a live look at our Adrian College Bulldogs playing host to Trine University here on a Sunday morning at Nicolay Field. The Bulldogs are a perfect 8-0 at home in the MIAA this season. They'll look to continue their home dominance in this two-game doubleheader versus Trine. Meanwhile, Trine is coming in. They are currently sitting 5th in the MIAA overall standings, 2 games behind of Hope for that 4th and final playoff spot. So this is a big series for Trine. They split with the Bulldogs yesterday in Trine. Adrian fell 3-2 the first game, turned it around and won 5-2 the second game. So a split yesterday in Trine between these two clubs, and we'll expect another good battle here this morning leading into this afternoon, Darian.
Absolutely. The games are supposed to start at 1 for those of you who were looking online to get on, and it got pushed ahead because there's a threat of rain coming about 3 o'clock here in Adrian. So we're going to move it ahead, try to get both of these games in. And here we go, Frank.
On the mound for the Bulldogs, it's the right-handed pitcher, Jordan Freyer, Jr. from New Boston, Michigan.
He delivers that first pitch strike here. Second one on the money.
Jordan Freyer, ERA of 2.0, 4-1 this season in 7 appearances. Giving up 28 hits. Walked 10, 31 strikeouts, so he's having a decent season. And there's the first out recorded as Ethan Probinski is retired.
Pitched him low and away there, Frank. Got an easy grounder to the shortstop. Nice, easy play there. Jake Kendall's coming up here for Trine.
Out of the glove there of Frank Resto. Jake Kendall, the shortstop here for the Trine Thunder. Third on this team, batting .337.
That pitch right there is on the money. We got a 1-1 count. Missed low and away there is Freyer. 2-1. Paints the corner on that one. Jake Kendall, the batter here.
And there's a hit that's popped up high. Easily caught by Jordan Freyer for the second out of the inning.
That was a curveball there, Frank. Looked like he got 3 consecutive fastballs low and away, missing, hitting on occasions. Takes it off speed with a curveball, gets him to pop it right back up to him. Just like that, 2 up, 2 down.
And now we've got the first baseman, Jordan Baer. He's batting .288 on the season. And that one is hit high into shallow center. Scooped up for the third inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Adrian College Bulldogs and their right-handed pitcher, Jordan Freyer, who start this game off neat and tidy, Darian.
Absolutely. Came out on top. Didn't get behind too many batters. Only the second one he got behind throwing a first pitch ball. Other than that, he was on top of him. Got him to do what he wanted to do. Easy pop-ups, easy routine grounder to short. 1, 2, 3 inning. The pitcher for Trine today is going to be number 15, Brandon McCrane. He has a 7.15 ERA, 1-1 on the year. He's started in 5 games, pitched 22.2 innings, gives up 26 hits, 20 runs, 18 of them earned. He's got 9 strikeouts to 12 walks, giving up an opposing batting average of .277.
A little chilly up here in the booth, isn't it, Darian?
With that headwind coming in right at us.
Yeah.
Shaded off, don't get any of the sun. And the breeze coming in our face. Paperwork flying everywhere. It's going to be a fun game.
And now we're going to get a look at the right-handed pitcher for Trine. Brandon Milcrane gets the nod on the mound for the Trine Thunder. 6'3" junior from Plainfield, Indiana. And Milcrane has an ERA of 7.15 in 5 appearances this season, giving up 26 hits, walked 12, only giving up 1 home run. And leading off in his usual leadoff position is Josh Knorr for the Bulldogs.
Takes that first pitch, the fastball low and away. Just missed the mark there. 1-0 count. Same spot, misses. Low and away.
Josh Knorr has 24 hits this season for the Bulldogs, batting .286.
Milkern just can't find that low corner. He's looking to work the same spot as Freyer. Can't quite get the call. 3-0. Just like that, 4-pitch walk there for Kenora.
Good eye there from Josh Knorr. And the first batter of the game is on base. It belongs to the Bulldogs. Drew shoots now. The right fielder stepping in at the 2 spot. He's batting .286, identical average to Josh Knorr, ironically. 13 RBIs on 24 hits this season.
And there was the first strike of the game there for McCrane.
And there's a hard shot to third. This could be 2. Oh, no, it's fumbled. The second baseman, Ethan Probinski, could not convert. What happened there, Darian?
Well, that was a great pitch right there from McCrane. He got an easy grounder to third. Looked like it was going to be a routine double play. So it was just off the bag, threw him into the runner. Couldn't handle it right off the edge of the glove. And it rolled into second where there was nobody there. And just like that, Knorr moves himself into third. Double play avoided. We got runners on first and third and nobody out. They will charge him with the error there at third base. That was Jake LeBounty.
So Knorr at third, shoots at first, and Ryan Doro in the batter's box. Looking to cause some early damage here for Adrian. Big whiff there. Ryan Doro has a 6-game hitting streak going for the Bulldogs. Batting a team-high .379. That's incredible, Darian.
That's great baseball right there, playing by Doro.
Excuse me, that's second on the team, .379, excuse me.
Still very impressive no matter what it is.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
You watch that second pitch strike go by. Here's the 0-2 offering. Grounds it to third. Still can't handle it. Throws it over to first. Not in time. Bases will be loaded. You know, there's always that baseball humor that they talk about, that baseball lingo. One of the things we heard in high school was boots always come in pairs. And it looks like that's the case over there on the hot corner.
Absolutely. So the bases are jarred here in the bottom of the first. And this is not somebody you'd want at the batter's box with bases loaded if you are the Trine Thunder. Jeff Gertley, he can really hammer the ball. He's got a team-high 7 home runs, 36 hits, and he has got an outstanding opportunity here with no outs. And the base is loaded. Let's see what the big Gert can do here. And that one is hit up high into shallow center field, and it's dropped.
We mentioned that one there, Frank. That one got up high, got in the jet stream. They got 3 Trine defenders coming in, the left fielder and the center fielder charging in, shortstop backing off. Didn't look like there was much communications. The ball swirled back towards the infield. Shortstop running back. One of the outfielders has to get underneath it, call him off. They got a much easier play than a shortstop going back.
That was the shortstop, Jake Kendall, who fumbled the catch. And just like that, the Bulldogs are up 1-0 as Josh Knorr comes in off of the Jeff Gertley RBI single.
Paints the corner right there, gets the early first pitch strike. The most important pitch in baseball, Frank, the first pitch strike.
And this one is hit up the gut and not able to be corralled again. It's Jake Kendall, the shortstop. Couldn't get a glove on it. And that's 4 straight hits for the Bulldogs as they have now taken a quick 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first, Adrian.
Looks like Coach Pertsky's coming out to talk to the pitcher. If you're McCrane, what can you really do? I mean, you've got all you can ask for out of your pitcher. Defense just not backing him up right now. He had that easy bouncer to third. He missed on the throw a little late. They had quick double play early. Would have had two outs with the third batter up. Just mishandled it. that double play could turn out to be huge. This is looking to be a big inning for the Bulldog. Leach is coming up to bat here. Bases loaded still, nobody out. And then he also had a nice ground ball right there to the shortstop. Third baseman looked like he could have made a play but hesitated, got through the gap, scored another run. Could have been out of this inning with no damage, but here we sit, 2-0 Bulldogs.
Brandon Milcrane has given up 4 straight singles after he walked Knorr to open this inning. We'll see if he settles in a little bit here. Bases are loaded, still none out. And we've got Zach Leach. Only his 5th game starting this year for the Bulldog designated hitter.
First pitch fouled off to 223 over there.
Zach Leach, a freshman from Richmond, Michigan, so getting involved in the action a little bit here, and he's got a great opportunity. And he hammers that one down the third base line. 1 run scores. In comes the second. Doro and Gurley, and we could have the whiz as well, and he flies in.
That's a great shot right down there, Frank, right down the third base line. There's not much room here at Nicolay Field. The fence is tight to the line. That's going to be a dangerous spot. If you can get the ball tight down the line, keep it in play, that's going to be dangerous in this deep outfield here. Always going to cause havoc, and you've seen right there a 3 RBI double. Bulldogs lead 5-0.
How about the freshman, Zach Leach? Records his 2nd double of the year. He came in with only 2 RBIs. He just cleared the bases. He's got 5 now. And speaking of 5, that is how many runs are on the board in the first inning.
And not only that, but that's who's at the plate. Number 5, Matt Andrews, watches that first pitch strike go by. Second one bounces off the plate. We're going to get a 1-1 count here. Crane from the stretch here. Off speed, right to third. He gets it, throws it to first. Great scoop right there by the first baseman. That's Jordan Bayer. The Trine gets their first out of the inning. 5 batters in. That's got to be a major confidence booster right there for Jake LeBounty. He's throwing one away on the double play. Got that hot one down there that bounced off him. Couldn't get the throw down to first. He finally gets one. Gobbles it up, throws it to first. Major confidence builder.
Now we'll get a look at John Joseph. The Bulldogs are almost all the way through the order here. And taken off for third there is Leach. After the Trine catcher, Kyle Arnhammer, mishandled the pitch. So just like that, Leach goes to third. 1 out here. John Joseph on deck. He's only got 2 RBI this season. Good opportunity here with only 1 out.
Yeah, that was a curveball that got away from him. Frank looked like he hung on to it a little bit too long, bounced it in the dirt. Catcher couldn't handle it. 1 out, runner on third. Pop up to the outfield, will score him, but we got a line drive to second.
Hit through the gap at second. In comes Leach. John Joseph, RBI single. 6th hit surrendered in this inning for Brandon Milcrane. This is definitely going to be an inning he's going to want to forget.
Get him out of there.
Dan the man, our tech guy, quote unquote, says get him out of there. We will see what the Thunder look to do. And now we're at the bottom of the order. It's Dakota Carrero for the Bulldogs, who has checked in for Frank Resto, who's normally the Bulldogs' back catcher. Carrero's starting his 11th game this season for Adrian. Sophomore from Gahanna, Ohio, batting .219 on the year.
1-1 count. Joseph on first.
And that one is hit right at the second baseman. And yet another error for the Thunder.
Once again, Milcrane not getting any help. That's a tailor-made double play. You can't have it any better than that. Middle of the infield. Slow ground ball right to the second baseman. Handles it nice. Couldn't get the flip to the shortstop. Would have been another easy double play. And not only that, an inning-ending double play.
That's right.
Instead, the Bulldogs get to the top of their lineup. Runners on first and second. Only one out still.
That was Ethan Probinski, the second baseman there for Trine, who mishandled the transfer. And back to the top of the order we go, like you mentioned, Adrian. It's Josh Knorr.
Josh Knorr has seen 5 consecutive balls here. He walked earlier in the inning, Frank, on 4 consecutive pitches.
That's right. 6-0 Adrian in the first, and this one is hit into shallow left field, caught for the second out of the inning.
Great hustle play there by Joseph. Made the bluff like he was going to tag up and take off the third. See if he can create an error on a throw coming in. Nothing doing. Great play by Trine. 2 outs.
How many times in a game, Darian, do you see a team go through their entire lineup in one inning?
Very rare, Frank. It's something that happens occasionally. Pitcher struggles, defense struggles, as we're seeing right here. First pitch popped up from Schutz. Left field. Wind could be a factor, son. Nope, he got it. That'll retire the Bulldogs. But as we were talking about, Frank, something that's very impressive to see offensively, but usually it's a struggle for the defense when that happens. Pitcher struggles, defense struggles behind him. That's what we've seen. We've seen 2 double plays. Didn't happen. That should have been tailor-made. And just like that, there was 5 hits. They left 2 on, and we're going to the second inning.
So, like you said, Darian, Milcrane gives up 7 hits in that inning, 6 runs. Bulldogs find themselves out on top early against the Trine Thunder. Center fielder Drew Palmer leading off here for the Thunder in the top of the second. Having a nice season. Batting .340. He's one of only 2 Thunder players, Darian, that have started each and every single game this year. Him and the second baseman, Ethan Probinski, have started all 30.
It's always good to get, Frank, someone stable in your lineup. He's only a sophomore, so we'll get 2 more years with him. He misses on that 2-1 offering. Excuse me, the 2-0. It's going to make it a 2-1 count.
And that one is fouled off hard into the stands. Drew Palmer is team second on his team with 36 hits. Team high 22 RBIs for the sophomore center fielder. And he takes a strikeout there, the first one recorded for the Bulldog pitcher Freyer.
That was a curveball there, Frank. He wasn't expecting it. Hooked back into the zone, worked it outside in. Got him looking.
Now it's Jake LeBounty, the third baseman.
That curveball, he finished him off right there. Came back for the first pitch strike. Bended in the strike zone. 0-1.
And that one is hit right at the Bulldog third baseman, unable to handle it, and he will not get the out in time. Trouble corralling that was Matt Andrus of the Bulldogs. And reaching first safely is LeBounty.
That was another curveball there, Frank. 3 in a row. The first one he watched go by. Second one looked like he was sitting on it. Hit a hard grounder to the third. They're going to get the Bulldog third baseman with an error there. They got their first base runner of the game here.
Ethan Kirkman cracks one through the gap in between second and third. First pitch he sees has put 2 ducks on the pond here for the Trine Thunder. Ethan Kirkman batting .571 on the season, Darian. That's disgusting.
Very impressive.
He's only played in 11 games. But despite that, batting .571, and he takes that first pitch he sees for a base hit. Arnhammer now. Batting .275 on the season. He's got 19 hits. And getting cheeky there on second base was LeBounty. Looking to grab a little extra real estate. Jordan Frere looks him off. And again, almost throwing Kirkman out there. Excuse me, LeBounty out.
.1-0 offering. Fastball set it outside. Just like that, he's behind 2-0.
Arnhammer, a senior from Vassar, Michigan. And he drills this one right at the Bulldog third baseman. This could be 2. Not in time. Arnhammer grounding out. Almost turned 2 there, the Bulldogs did. They get Kirkman at second. LeBounty goes to third. So now we've got runners on the corners with 2 out here for Zach Thorne, and a good opportunity here for Trine, Darian, to crawl back into this game a little bit if Zach Thorne can get a hit here.
Any momentum will be great here. Just try to get this run from third in. A little bit at a time. You're not necessarily going to get it all back at once. Chip away at it, little bits at a time, just like that. It'll be a ball game.
He takes a strike there. Zach Thorne, the infielder, is batting .245 this season. 13 hits. 5 RBI. And that one has popped right at us, Darian. How about that?
Thank God for that net.
Yes.
.0-2 count, runners on the corner.
That one is high and away. Thorne is a junior from Portage, Indiana. Making his 21st start for the Trine Thunder, his 2015 campaign. And he pops that one up high, and it'll be out of play. One-two count here for Zach Thorne. He's got Arnhammer at first, LeBounty on third, and taken off for second. There was Arnhammer, and now coming in home. Bulldogs got the out. Retire the side, no damage done.
Good work by Carrero there, finishing off the strikeout. That curveball was in the dirt. Great place to put it. Batter can't get to it. That's strike 3. Throws it down to first for the easy out. Complete the strikeout. No damage done.
If you're a little late joining us, Frank Krupe alongside Darian Pritcher here for Adrian College Television.
There's no R.
Pitcher? What did I say? Pritcher?
I get screwed up all the time.
You want to call me Krupe, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll just move it over.
Yeah, just move the R over somewhere else.
So McCrane's coming back out.
You surprised to see him come back out, Darian? He gave up 5 hits. Put his team in a bit of a hole. It wasn't all him, of course. Some errors in the outfield.
Well, you can't give up hope on your pitcher in the first inning. Bad inning, got out of it. Damage isn't too bad. It's only 6 runs. Still got a lot of ball game left. It's not too bad.
That's not bad.
The thing you got to keep an eye on, though, is he's thrown 26 pitches, 16 of them strikes. So look for him to see if he's going to make a complete game here. Watch his pitch count throughout the rest of the game.
Ryan Dorr will lead off the inning. He was a part of the hit parade last inning, singled off Mill Crane. And that one is hit on a rope, hard out of play.
1-1 count. Skips it in there for ball 2.
That one is hit right at the second baseman, Probinski. It's a nice glove save there. Didn't have to move much. Doro takes a seat, and up comes the big Gert. Gertley sees that first pitch and pops it out of play. Gertley was a second-team All-State in high school. Second in RBIs in the MIAA. And of course, he's got a team-high 7 home runs. Behind the count here, 2-1. And he cranks that one right at the first baseman. Able to convert in time is Jordan Baer.
2 up, 2 down for the Bulldogs, but they did all you can ask for. Hit the ball hard somewhere. Trying defenders just in the right place at the right time. Both shots right at the first baseman and second baseman. 2 quick outs.
And now it's the Wiz. RBI and a base hit his first time up. And the Wiz pops that one up into right at the second baseman. Probinski makes no mistake in the inning is retired.
Great inning for Trine there. Got a lot of help for Mulcrane, who only pitched 8 pitches that inning. 10 pitches. Live update lagging a little bit. 10-pitch inning right there for Trine. Definitely what you need after a 26 pitches in the first inning. Nice and quick. Get the pitcher back in the dugout. Get the sleeves on his arm. Keep it warm.
6-0 Bulldog lead in the top half of the third inning. And the last man in the batting order, Corey Shaka, will lead off the inning. He was 0 for 3 in yesterday's contest, batting .301 on the season. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Right at Doro. Bang! Got him in time. Doro's got one heck of an arm, doesn't he, Darian?
Absolutely. He rifled that across the diamond. Quick and easy first out for the Bulldogs.
Now it's Probinski. He grounded out to Doro in the first inning. Probinski's on a 6-game hitting streak here for the Trine Thunder. Takes
2-0 count, paints the corner. Takes it for strike one.
And that one is hit right at the third baseman. You get him in time, and he will. Matt Andrus makes no mistake.
That was a curveball inside right there from Freyer. Got him to ground over to third. A little bit of a bobble, but don't give up on the play. He's still got plenty of time. Rifles over to first, gets the out. 2 up, 2 down.
Now it's Kendall. With his second at bat, he popped up to left field earlier in the game. And he hits this one right at the first baseman, Drzwicki, who will tap his foot on the bag and retire the side, and we'll head into the bottom of the third with the Bulldogs leading 6-0. They scored all 6 runs in the first inning. And that's where we stand.
3. Freyer's given up 1 hit. He has 2 strikeouts. 35 pitches. Working very efficiently.
So leading off the bottom of the third here for the Bulldogs. This is the DH, Zach Leach. He had a 3 RBI double in the first inning. And Nicolay settled down nicely in that second inning after a real rough first, and we'll see if he can carry some of that positive momentum into this third. Ball's away. And a hard swing and a miss there from Leach.
One and two.
That one is hit at the third baseman, LaBounty, who gets him in time. Third baseman Matt Andrus now. He takes that first pitch high, pops it out at play. Again, he pops this one up high. Out of play. Arnhammer threw the mask off, was going to take a shot at it, but it's just tipping off the top roof of the stands.
Just like that, find himself behind 0-2 in the count.
Andrews had a 2-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday in Trine. 1-2 the count. And he drills that one at the shortstop, Kendall. No problem to the first baseman, Bear, for the second out of the inning.
That was a curveball there from Nicolay. Got the slow roller to short. First pitch to Joseph, lines back and hits Nicolay.
Think that hurt or what?
Well, the training staff here at Adrian going out to check on him, along with Trine head coach Greg Persky. He says it got him in the chest. He's going to throw a couple tosses to see if he's okay. Looks to be okay.
Right away, he waves the medical staff off. You can guarantee the Trine coaching staff will have a close eye on him as he throws a few pitches here.
Looks to be okay after 2 pitches.
That was a hard hit thrown or hit by Joseph, who ends up on first base for his second single of the game.
Never good to see that, no matter who it is. Always scary to play the pitcher position. Line shot back up the middle, catch ya. Always painful.
Carrero now. Two outs in the bottom of the third. Joseph on first.
Falls behind Carrero, 2-0. Joseph on first.
And again, that one is away and outside. Milcrane down on the count, 3-0. And that is missed up high. So Milcrane issues his second walk of the game. Carrero heads to first. Joseph to second, and we go to the top of the order. It's Josh Knorr, who's been walked and popped up to left in this game so far. A hard line drive here. Shot right at LeBounty, who made a wonderful grab to end the inning. That would have been extra bases for sure if he didn't get a glove on that. And he gets a royal welcome from the dugout. Bulldogs strand 2. Thanks to LeBounty catch at third. We'll head into the top of the fourth.
For the Bulldogs in the bottom half of the third inning, they hit no runs on the one hit. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base.
Freyer back on the hill for the Bulldogs, coming out for his 4th inning of work. Giving up just 1 hit so far. That hit was to Kirkman. Throwing 35 pitches to 11 batters. 5 of them grounded out. 2 popped out. Leadoff hitters are 0-3 against him. And only 1-3 with runners in scoring position. First pitch inside. Ball 1.
This is Palmer here in the batter's box for the Trine Thunder. He was struck out by Freyer earlier in the game. Throws a strike there.
One and 1. Breaking ball inside, just misses, falls behind 2-1. Freyer continues to work inside. Fastball just missed. Too tight. 3-1.
He pops that one up. That could be enough. Is it gone? Off the wall. Quickly thrown in. A stand-up double for Jordan Bear.
That was a deep shot. Off the bat, looked like it could get enough, but that wind just knocked it down, kept it in play. Bounce off the wall and in. Holds him off to a double.
So a double to deep center for Jordan Bear. The leadoff man is on base here to start the top of the 4th. Palmer now. He's got a team high 22 RBIs. Could be a good opportunity to start chipping away at this 6-0 lead if they want to have any opportunity to crawl back into this one. Bounces that one off the turf. Ryan Doro unable to get him in time. Good hustle there.
That was a high
Palmer.
bouncer. High bouncer over Freyer. Didn't know who was going to take it. Freyer looked like he had it for a second. It was just over his head. Palmer hesitates at second before he takes off to third. We got runners on the corner, nobody out.
Freyer gives up his 5th hit of the game. Bear at third, Palmer at first. LeBounty up to bat. He singled off Freyer earlier in the game. That one is hit right at Doro. Could be 2 here. And they get him.
That was
Bulldogs turn the double play. What did you see, Darian?
That was a curveball there. Hit right at Doro. Had to move a little bit to get it. Got the double play. Trine fans don't necessarily agree. There's a huge roar. It was a bang-bang play, but got in the run. And as we know, the umpires are always right.
Ryan Doro, as he often does for this Bulldog club, coming up with 10 bell plays, and that was one right there. Ethan Kirkman. He's 9 for 15 this year. Big swing and miss. Will have to take off for first. Bulldogs retire the side. No damage done. Freer gave up a few hits, but some good defending by the Bulldogs gets them out of the inning cleanly, and the score remains 6-0 as we head. 6-1 as we head into the bottom of the fourth. It's been a quick game here, Darian.
Absolutely. Other than the first inning, the 6 runs moved along pretty quickly here.
I think the players know the rain must be coming. They got to get this in quick.
It's going to be a pitching change for Trine. Number 8, Vinny Slobodecki.
Slobodecki, sophomore from Carroll Stream, Illinois. Slobodecki. Yeah, you had it right, Darian. He's got a 7.46 ERA in 7 appearances this year for Trine. Giving up 41 hits in 25 innings of work for the Thunder, so the day ends early for Milcrane.
As you mentioned earlier, Frank, it was the 26 pitches in the first inning, and never good to see your pitcher rack up that many pitches in the first inning or any early inning, especially the first. Puts him behind in the pitch count. First pitch strike.
And Schutz may find a gap here. Backing up and nicely tracking that down was Thorne, the left fielder. For the second straight at bat, Schutz pops up to left. And now it's shortstop Ryan Doro stepping into the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 this game. And hammering that one is Ryan Doro. Could it have enough? It will. Ryan Doro cranks one over the left field wall. Solo home run for Ryan Doro, extending the Bulldog lead back to 5.
That's going to tie Gertley for tops on the Dogs with 7 home runs. That was a line drive shot to left. Looked good off the bat. No doubt about it.
Second batter for Slobodecki. He surrenders a home run. That was hit hard by the Bulldog. Shortstop. As you mentioned, he's now tied with Gertley, who's up to bat now. 14 home runs combined.
That is a deadly 3-4 combo right here in the lineup.
And that one is grounded to the first baseman, Bayer, tapping the bag for the second out of the inning. McCoy Drzwicki is 1 for 2, I should say, in this game. Singled and popped up.
Drove in a run on that single.
Drzwicki hammers that one right at Brabinski. who makes no mistake scooping that up. For the third out of the inning, side is retired. Bulldogs got a home run in the bottom of the fourth, and we will head into the top half of the fifth inning with Adrian holding a 6-1 lead. And now we're going to be joined, and it's about darn time, by our baseball analytics mastermind, Kevin Sundy, who's got a paper in front of me with a ton of numbers. What in the heck am I looking at, Kevin?
Well, Frank, I'm not a baseball guy, but I looked up some advanced statistics, and I have in front of me the Pythagorean expectation. As a math guy, that really intrigued me. So anyway, it's runs scored squared divided by the sum of runs scored squared plus runs allowed squared is the expected winning percentage. Now, the Bulldogs this year are a winning percentage of 75.8. By my metric, excuse me, the metric I looked up, I didn't come up with it. We should expect, Pythagorean expectation, to win 72.4% of our games. That means that we are being efficient. Maybe we're being lucky. Maybe we're just winning the games that matter and the games that are close. So, I mean, you could take a lot from that, from these stats, their advanced stats, but the Bulldogs, they're killing it.
Kevin, have you ever played any baseball in your life? Is there any credibility behind your numbers here?
Well, I'm a numbers guy. I mean, look at Moneyball.
What numbers guy?
Numbers guy. I played 9 innings of baseball. It was beer league baseball last summer. It was slow pitch baseball. I played catcher. I was 0 for 2 pop-outs. And, yep, I only had 2 at-bats in a 9-inning game. It's because we were switching at-bats with me and my buddy. So, no, I have very little baseball experience.
Arnhammer.
Now, Kevin, I have one thing for you before we leave, okay? The Bulldogs have hit 19 home runs this year, total, as a team, okay? I want you to go, take your little Pythagorean theorem, write some numbers down, and I want you to give us a prediction in the next couple of innings. How many home runs on the season do you think the Bulldogs will hit? All right, so they've hit 18 thus far in 29 games. Go do some math, get back to us.
I'll get after it. Thanks a lot, Frank.
There you go, Kevin Sundy getting after things. And there's a hard shot down the left field line.
Caught the corner of the fence there, Frank. Could have got him an extra base there. As a left fielder, Knorr had to come back to get it. Took an angle like it was going to miss the fence, and they ended up catching the corner.
Thor with a stand-up double. Here, his 5th double of the season for Zach Thorne has put a man on second. That's the last man in the batting order now, Shackle.
Fastball in the dirt. Bounced off the catcher, Carrero. It's going to be a wild pitch. Runner goes to third. With 1 out. Our Hammer with a slow grounder to third. Was out the first batter.
Now Jordan Frere is called on the medical staff as he's squeezing his pitching hand. Could be a blister or maybe a
Scab broken open.
broke a nail maybe.
Good possibility.
What do you think? What do you think, Dan? What's going on here?
Looks like they got a blood issue as he looked to wipe his hand on the turf.
Medic!
He throws so hard, and he puts all the force onto his fingertips to move the ball forward, and all of that force is coming from the bottom of his feet and out of his fingertips, and sometimes the force gets so big that it just busts your fingertips right off.
Sounds like a painful injury there. Maybe our math guy can come up with something for that finger, too.
Well, you know what they say, math can solve every problem in the world and in the universe, which means Kevin Sundy holds the answer to every problem, ever. Jordan Frere, he's all right. He's going to stay in the game. Thorne at third with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Thunder looking to crack the goose egg that is currently sitting up on the scoreboard. What am I saying? 1-0. I've made that mistake twice this game, Darian. They got to run. What am I saying? Excusez-moi.
1-1 pitch. Curveball.
And that one is popped up high, and it's going to be the third baseman, Knorr, fending off the Suns' rays and scooping that up.
You know, Frank, I think it passed your eye with that amazing double play. There was a run that ended up scoring on that. Little controversy at first on if he was out or safe for the Trine faithful.
Well,
but
maybe
he was called out.
maybe in my mind he was out. That's why I'm not acknowledging the run.
Could have been.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the run did score. It is 7-1 right now. Top of 5, 2 outs. First pitch to Probinski. Low and away. It's going to be ball 1. We got a runner on third.
And Probinski has grounded out twice in this game. He's got a team-high 39 hits. Does the Thunder leadoff man this season. Looking to bring home Thorne at third.
.30 pitch. Probably got the take call right there. No swing no matter what. The ball goes in for a strike. Now 3-1.
And issuing a walk there is Jordan Frere. Probinski takes his base. 14th walk of the season. Issued to Probinski. It's the shortstop now, Jake Kendall, stepping into the batter's box. He's got 9 RBIs on the season. He's got runners on the corners here. And he hammers that one out into right field. Drew Schutz, no problem, grabbing that out of the air to end the inning. The Bulldogs head into the bottom of 5 with a 7-1 lead.
Attaboy, Frank.
Thank you.
Trine left 2 on there. Left them on the corners. Scored no runs in that inning.
Kevin Sunday is really busy at work right now behind us, crunching the numbers, trying to predict how many home runs the Bulldogs will hit this year.
You got to wonder, is that it for Fryer? 60 pitches so far. Faced 19 batters. He got 4 pop-outs, 7 ground-outs. Doing pretty good. We'll see if he has enough to finish out the game or if they're going to take him out, put someone else in.
I think he's got enough juice to go the distance.
I think he does too.
If not, I got some juice up here I could give him. A box of apple juice in my bag. I'm waiting to crack out for the second game. Zach Leach leading off for the Bulldogs here. Leadoff batter is 1 for 4 on the day. And there's a blooper hit at the second baseman. Probinski getting there in time and throwing him out. There's Matt Andrus now. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to short his last at bat.
First pitch off speed. Can't find the zone.
Andrus has 15 hits this year in 57 at-bats for the Bulldogs. Takes a strike there. Comes the 3-1. And Andrus is walked. A pitch just outside. Matt Andrus takes only his 4th walk of the season. John Joseph now. The 3rd. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Enjoying a nice day at the plate.
Fouls off the first pitch. Up and over the first base side.
This one is hit right at Kendall. He's going to scoop it up and throw Joseph out at first. Reaching second safely, though, there was Andrus. Carrero with 2 out, and Andrus at second now. It's the second Thunder pitcher we've seen this morning. Is it still morning? No, we've just crossed into the afternoon. Well, it's the second Thunder pitcher we've seen today, and no strikeouts thrown by either of the pitchers thus far that have played in this game.
Bulldogs are doing good at getting ahead in the count early, making them throw favorable pitches to hit. And if they don't wait in the count, they're getting on them early. Good job of putting the ball in the play.
Carrero is going to pop this one up. Kendall, no problem there to retire the side. So the Bulldogs leave one stranded at second. Lead remains at 7-1 as we head into the top of 6. And the quick game continues here, Darian. This is about an hour we've been playing, and we're already in the top of the 6th.
Seems like after the nerves and excitement from Trine settled down, they really settled into this game. Defense not committing errors anymore, getting the outs that they need on the plays that are easy for them. I think in the first inning they came out a little excited. When you face the team that's top in the conference, you're always excited. You want to take them down. A lot of emotion. I think that's what got them in the first inning, making errors they wouldn't usually make. And they've settled down from the second on. Now we're getting some quick baseball here.
Bulldogs are a perfect 8-0 at home in the MIAA. They're 6 outs away from making it 9-0 at home. And Frere's going to remain in the game here. We were unsure what head coach Craig Rainey would choose to do, but he's going to stick with his guy. Jordan Bear pops up for the first out of the inning.
It's a huge out for the Bulldogs. Remember his last at bat. Drove the one hard off the center field wall that could have been out. Just missed it by a couple feet. A little bit of sun issues there for Andrews as Dora had to come over and make the play at the line.
Palmer with a hard line drive, and that is going to drop for a base hit. Right in front of Jeff Gertley. So Palmer records his second hit of the day. Single into center field. Now it's the third baseman, Jake LaBounty. He's 1 for 2 in the game. LaBounty is going to find a seam. Base hit there for Jake LaBounty. Back-to-back hits surrendered by Jordan Frere.
He's going to put runners on first and second. 1 out. It's going to bring up Kirkman.
The DH, Ethan Kirkman now. Single and a strikeout in this afternoon's game. A line drive out to left field, and this is trouble here. Knorr is back. He fumbles it, not able to get it in. 1 run comes across the plate for the Thunder. Knorr finally getting the ball into the infield after he mishandled picking it up.
As we talked about with Fryer, the pitch count getting up there. Every Trine batter has went for the first pitch, made solid contact on each of them. First batter of the inning just barely missed it, popped it up just behind third. Other than that, it's been hard shots finding the gaps. Got a run in, 2 on, second and third. Arnhammer, the catcher's coming up. 7-2.
Palmer scores the run for the Thunder.
First pitch curveball breaks into the zone. 0-1.
Ethan Kirkman's second RBI of the season for the DH.
Second consecutive curveball misses the zone low. 2-0.
Hard whiff there from Arnhammer. Wind has been an issue a little bit in today's game, and I think may have gotten the better of Knorr out in left field in that RBI we just saw. And here's a blooper. This is going to be caught by the shortstop Doro for the second out of the inning.
It's a big out for the Bulldogs with a runner on third. Always dangerous. If anything less than 2 outs, could give up a run with anything deep.
I looked for a second that ball maybe could fall, but good job by Doro to track it into his glove. 2 outs. Man on second and third, and this one is again hit at Doro, and it's off the wall. And just like that, shot out into left field at Knorr.
It's the second double of the inning for Trine. Drives in 2 runs. Put up a 3 spot so far with 2 outs. Looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter coming in here. Number 47, Robert Ross, sophomore from Valparaiso, Indiana. He's going to be a right-handed batter. Stands in at 6'5". That's a big guy.
So Ross comes in place of Shackle. Strike issue there from Jordan Frere.
A little bit early on the curveball. Pinch hitting, always a tough role. Coming in off the bench, not really doing anything. Expected to come in and get a hit.
Another hard strikeout issued there by Jordan Frere.
That's his second consecutive curveball here. Frank looked for him to go with a fastball. Change the speeds here.
And this one is wild. Dakota Carrero quickly pouncing on that. And over to third goes Thorne.
That was a fastball there, Frank, bouncing the opposite batter's box. Moves the runner along to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss there for Ross. And the Bulldogs will retire the side. Thorne picking up his 6th and 7th RBIs of the season with a 2-run RBI double has cut the Bulldog lead to only 3. So despite surrendering 5 runs in the first inning, Trine has hung around a little bit in this game, and if they can get 3 quick outs here, they'll have a shot to maybe tie this game up in the 7th, so make sure you don't go anywhere on ACTV. Kevin Suttoney's done with his math. And once again, there's a paper in front of my face with a lot of numbers on it that I don't understand. Explain.
Well, what I did here is I took the back of my TED 571 syllabus, and I wrote a few numbers down. So couldn't find any sabermetrics on home runs, but I did some proportional reasoning here. The Bulldogs had a homer, if you will, in 75.8% of their games this year. In conference, they've been a little higher than that, especially with that game against Alma. Or pair of games, I should say. What was that, a 19-6 win?
Yeah.
Something atrocious. Anyway, to get to what Frank's original question was, I predict that the Bulldogs will have 7 home runs in the next 10 games. That's including this afternoon's doubleheader. And by the odds, I do not think that they would homer against Siena Heights. But given that it's a big in Adrian, the city limits of Adrian rivalry, I'm going to say they will have 1 and 6 in their remaining 9 conference games. How do you feel about that assessment there, Frank?
Well, I'm sure it's going to be spot on. Kevin Suttoney predicting 7 more Bulldog home runs in the final 10 games remaining. We will keep a close eye on that as the season progresses. Thanks a lot, Kevin. We'll hear from Kevin Suttoney, our baseball analytics mastermind, in the second half of today's doubleheader.
Nor seeing all breaking balls. Back to the action. 1-2 count. Disappointed he let that last one go.
This one is smacked out of play.
Oh, there's another fastball there.
Hard shot at the third baseman, LaBounty, who throws out Nor in time.
If your shoots here, 5 of the 6 pitches to Nor were curveballs. You got to look for the curveball, sit on the fastball, and fight it off. A lot of junk here.
Shoots is 1 for 3 in this game. He's popped up to the left, and there's the last 2 at bats.
First pitch misses outside. Ball 1.
Slobodecki now behind 3-0 in the count. Gets a strike there. And shoots, hammers that one right down the middle. He records his second hit of the day. Shoots has had a nice little series here against Trine. 2 hits today. He recorded his first home run of the season yesterday. And here's Ryan Dorrell. Doro homered over the left field wall in his last at bat. And he smacks this one out. Will this drop? No, nice job by Thorne to track that ball in for the second out of the inning. The center fielder, Jeff Gertley, now. He's grounded out to first in his last two at-bats.
First pitch ball, 1-0. Hooking curveball for the second pitch, finds the strike zone, 1-1.
Shoots, trying to get to second, and he's thrown out, attempting to steal. And that is going to retire the side. Drew Schutz took off looking to steal his fourth base of the season. Didn't work out as planned, and we head into presumably what will be the final inning of the game.
Fryer coming off to finish the deal. Coming in for his seventh inning of work here.
So it looks like they're going to let Fryer go the distance here. Bulldogs need 3 outs to pick up their 23rd win of the season. And they'll look to make it 24 at the conclusion of this game as we have the second half of today's doubleheader. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Frank Krupe and Darian Pitcher here on ACTV. Said your last name correct this time.
You got it.
All
Baseball
right.
game, pitcher. Pitcher's the last name.
All right.
Both teams have 8 hits apiece. Bulldogs lead 7-4 going into the 7th and final inning here. Ethan Probinski is going to lead it off for Trine. Need 3 runs to keep the game alive. First pitch fastball, outside. Second pitch finds his own 1-1 count. Curveball breaks out of the zone. Can't grip Probinski to swing. 2 balls, 1 strike.
This one has popped up. It'll be the first baseman, Druzwicki. Sliding and catching that for the first out of the inning.
Fryer got him with a curveball. Started at the hip, broke into the zone. Popped him up foul territory. Jake Kendall's next up to bat for Trine. Fastball up and in. Ball 1.
Jake Kendall is 0 for 3 today.
Fryer found himself back 2-0 to Kendall.
And that one is right at the third baseman. Nor gunning down his man for the second out of the 7th. Jordan Bear. One for 3 in this game. He got a stand-up double into deep center field earlier this morning. Looking to spark a 2-0 rally here. Breaking balls outside. Count is a 1-2. That one is away outside.
Can't get the breaking ball to find in the zone. Finds himself in a full count here with 2 outs. This pitch here could decide the game. Could end it, could extend it. Drew Palmer on deck looking on.
Bear pops this one up high. And what a catch made there. Ryan Doro recording the final out of the game. Bulldogs pick up their 23rd win of the season on the heels of a 5-run outburst in the first inning. Adrian wins by a final score of 7-4. Jordan Frere goes the distance for the Bulldogs. Trine gets 4 runs on 8 hits, recording 2 errors. Bulldogs pick up 7 runs on 8 hits with only 1 error. Doro picks up a home run. Leach had 3 RBIs on a double in the first. And Frere picks up his 5th win of the season. Bulldogs will look to make it a perfect 10-0 at home in the MIAA. When we return for the second half of today's doubleheader, don't you go anywhere. Frank Krupe and Darian Pitcher here on ACTV. More Bulldog baseball coming right back at you. Welcome back to Nicolay Field here on a sunny Sunday afternoon, second half of today's doubleheader coming at you. Frank Krupe and Darian Pitcher. Your men behind the mic here for Adrian College Television. As the Bulldogs look to come away with 3 out of 4 victories in this weekend's series against Trine. The Bulldogs and the Thunder split yesterday's contests. Adrian lost the first game 3-2. They rebounded, won the second game 5-2. And moments ago on ACTV, we saw them close out a 7-4 victory over Trine, thanks to a 5-run outburst in the first inning. Bulldogs sitting atop the MIAA standings at 16-3. Trine University is in the 5th spot in the MIAA, currently sitting at 9-10. So they want this one to get back at 500 and stay alive in the playoff race with only about 10 games remaining on the season. Pitching for the Bulldogs in this second game is Tommy Parsons. He's enjoyed a nice little season for the Bulldogs.
1-1 the count on Probinski.
Tommy Parsons with a 4.50 ERA in 7 appearances. He's making his 6th start of the season. Giving up 37 hits.
That third pitch followed back here right at us, Frank. Too busy looking at stats, didn't even flinch.
Wow, didn't even see it. How about that? This is Ethan Probinski leading off here for the Thunder. He was 0 for 3 in the first game. Comes the 2-2 pitch. A little bit outside. The Bulldogs defensively, only one change. Resto checks in for Carrero at back catcher. Infield and outfield remain the same. And this one is popped up high. It could be Drew Schutz getting there in time, and it's just over the wall. Might have had a chance to make a play over the fence, but not able to get there in time with Schutz. Count remains at 3-2.
Great at bat here for Probinski. Full count, a lot of pitches. What you want under your leadoff hitter. Try to get the pitcher to throw every pitch he has in his arsenal so the team gets a good look. Full count, here comes the pitch.
Probinski pops this one up high. And it'll be the second baseman not able to get there in time. Rolled foul, though. So the Bulldogs catch a break there. And that's why we have artificial turf here at Nicolay Field, so we can get Bulldog bounces. Apparently. I don't think you'd see a bounce like that on a real grass field. Ethan Probinski stays alive. Here comes the full count pitch, and he drills that one right at Doro. Bouncing off of him. And this will be a leadoff hit for Ethan Probinski and the Trine Thunder.
Great at bat for Probinski right there. Hard shot right to Doro. Took it off the shoulder.
We'll see if they score Doro on an error there. It was a hard hit.
Looking at the scoreboard, looks like they gave him the hit. Benefit of the doubt.
That's right. The shortstop, Jake Kendall, stepping in. He was 0 for 4, and he bunts that out of play. Kendall was 0 for 4 in the earlier game today. batting .323 on the season.
0-1 the count.
Kendall's a junior from Newcastle, Indiana. Plays all over the field, infield and outfield. This season he's been a real utility player for head coach Greg Persky of the Trine Thunder. Ooh. 1-1 the count. Taking off for second here is Probinski, and they got him.
Resto, the freshman from Miami, Florida, gunning him down.
Frank the Tank Resto, that is not an arm you want to test. And he guns out Probinski, who took off for second.
Gotta wonder if that was a bunt and run there as he pulled back. Could have been just a fake to keep the catcher back.
This one's right at Knorr. And he gets his man in time. That was Jordan Bear. The second out of the inning. Probinski leads his team with 7 stolen bases. No surprise to see him taken off moments ago. Again, a nice job by Resto. 2 outs now here in the top of the first.
Also, Frank, that's only the second time this year he's been caught stealing in his 9 attempts.
And this is a hard shot out to center field. Drops in front of Gertley, who looks like he may have misplayed that a little bit. And Parsons has surrendered 2 hits here in the opening inning. Here's another hit, a tie. Third baseman here for the Bulldogs should have no problem, and he doesn't. Matt Andrus. According to the third inning, third out of the inning, and that'll do it. Trine leaves 1 stranded at first. So Parsons gives up 2 hits in the opening inning. Pitching here is the right-handed pitcher for Trine, number 17, Ben Wheaton, a freshman from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Ben Wheaton's got a .990 ERA, making his 4th start of the season here for Trine. 4 strikeouts and 7 walks for the freshman. And he'll look to have a better inning than Milcrane did to open up the game in the previous game this morning.
Bulldogs came out hot, Frank, scoring 6 runs on 6 hits. A little bit of help from Trine's defense, who hopefully has settled down now for game 2. Game 1 looked like the nerves got to him. First inning, a couple of double plays missed, a couple errors, led to 6 early runs.
Here's Josh Knorr, the leadoff man for the Bulldogs. You know, I went down in between the break of the games, Darian, to use the little boys' room, and I saw Josh Knorr out in the concession hugging his grandma, and I overheard him saying, "Grandma, I'm going to get a hit for you today, I promise." So we'll see if he does so. Josh Knorr was 0 for 3 in the previous game today with 1 run scored. He's currently batting .276 on the season. And there's a shot out. This could drop, but it doesn't. Shackle records out number 1 for the Thunder. Drew Schrutz, the right fielder. Now for Adrian. He was 1 for 4 in the first game with a run scored. Shoots with a hard shot right to the second baseman, and no problem there for Probinski, who guns down his man.
Great start here for Wheaton. 2 up, 2 down. A lot different than the way it started. Game 1 for Trine.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Doro.
Ryan Doro. He was 2 for 4 in the earlier game today with 2 runs scored for the former conference MVP. And he's behind in the count early here, 0-2.
Keep in mind, Frank Darrow had that long shot over the left field wall for that big home run.
That's right.
4th inning.
Counts at 1 and 2. Ryan Doro's a sophomore. He was freshman of the year last year. Bright young player for the Bulldogs. And he gets a hold of that one, and that'll drop for a base hit. This could be extras. Heading for second is Doro. And he is going to get there in time. Sliding into second for a double, and he throws the arms up in the air and salutes his dugout. Nice piece of hitting there from Ryan Doro, his 3rd hit today.
Next batter, center fielder, number 10, Jeff Gertley.
Gertley falls behind the count, 0-1.
The big Gert. He was 1 for 3 earlier today with one RBI and 1 run.
Falls behind the count, 0-2 to Wheaton.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Wheaton. And hit hard on the ground there. Nice play by the second baseman, and he getting him in time was Probinski. What a play there. Hard hit from Gertley. Probinski shuffling over, picking up that loose ball and firing down Gertley. No damage done. Bulldogs leave Doral stranded at second. Wheaton gives up 1 hit in the inning.
Looks like we got a pitching duel on our hands here, Frank.
Yeah, we could.
We gotta hurry up. There's some serious shit coming in.
And our weatherman, Dan the Man, who's all of a sudden he's obtained weather and climate degree. He must be taking weather and climate classes from Adrian. He tells us that there is some serious expletive coming in from the just over those mountains ahead of us. Could be bad. I mean, started today's games 2 hours early. First game was supposed to be kicking off right about now. Darren, your computer's about to die. I don't know if you want to get the charger on that, if you have one maybe.
We've got like 45 minutes.
Dan the Man thinks we have 45 minutes to finish this game before heavy rains come in. Now, in the event that it does start raining, Dan, what's the protocol here? Do we go to a rain delay or... Oh, that wouldn't be good.
That would be very, very miserable.
It's the umpire's call.
But
All
the
right.
good news is here, Frank, we do have a turf playing surface. So we should be able to outhold some of the rain the normal fields wouldn't be able to take.
Yeah.
It's also resistant to lightning strikes, which is cool.
How about that? Here's LeBounty leading off the inning for the Thunder. He was 1 for 3 earlier today. Singled and scored a run. A hard fastball there from Tommy Parson. Jake LeBounty's got 22 hits this season for the Thunder. Batting .286. Cranks that one out of play. Pitches outside. Resto had to keep a watchful eye on that. Get his body in front of it. Full count now for Jake LeBounty, the third baseman. Fouls it off, stays alive. Fouled off again, third consecutive foul tip. LeBounty battling this at bat like it's Game 7 of the World Series.
Trine batter's doing a great job of getting deep into pitch counts.
And there's a hit. It's right at Drzwicki, who will scoop that up and top one bag for the first out of the inning. And the lone change in the lineup from this morning's game to this game is right here, the DH Colton Kahn. Who replaces Ethan Kirkman. Colton's batting .292. Swing and a miss there. Behind the count 0-2 here. And he struck out looking. Colton Kahn. Long walk back to the dugout and a nice couple pitches thrown there from Tommy Parsons, who records his first strikeout of the afternoon. We only saw 3 strikeouts the whole game earlier today from both teams.
Looks like we got a lot better pitching battle on hand for our second game.
Here's a ground ball up the middle right at Doro, and he's going to throw him out in time. Ryan Doro with another piece of brilliance there. He makes every play look easy, and that'll retire the side. That was Arnhammer, by the way, who grounded out to Doro.
No hits for Trine there. That inning, nobody left on. Nothing still. 3 hits combined so far. Inning and a half in.
Treswicki leading off the bottom of the second here for the Bulldogs. He was 1 for 3 with a RBI and a run scored earlier today. And the Wiz takes the first pitch he sees up the gut. Leadoff single for the Wiz. Eludes the shortstop Kendall.
Leach with that big 3 RBI double last game. See if he can strike some magic here again with a runner on first.
And look at the bunt executed to perfection there by Leach as the Wiz wheels over to second. Sacrifice bunt by the left-handed DH.
Coach Rainey, recognizing this pitching battle we have going on here, knows it's going to be a low-scoring affair by the looks of it so far. Just trying to get a runner in scoring position. Executed the bunt nicely. Runner on second, 1 down.
The third baseman, Matt Andrus, now. 0 for 2 with a walk in our first game today. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. Andrus has struggled a bit in this Trine series. Was hitless yesterday. Hitless thus far today. And he fouls that one right back at us. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. A little inside that breaking ball.
Dan the man looks to be spot on with his weather prediction as it's starting to get a little bit cloudy here in Adrian.
He told us.
So he
Stay tuned to
says.
see if he's right.
We hope he's not here as we've got a great game looking like it's about to unfold here. 2 good pitchers on the mound. Great defense. Balls are getting hit hard. Just being defended well.
And Andrus is batting .254 on the season.
2-2.
And he smacks that one out of play.
That was a curveball there. Frank might not have been looking for it because it looked like he just went to fight it off. Takes it out of the park to right field. 2-2, still the count.
Strike there. Thrown by Wheaton.
That fastball looked to get away from as it went in the opposite batter's box. We're going to run it to a full count here.
And there's a hard hit right at the shortstop. Nice play made there. Great play by Kendall, the shortstop, to cut off what looked to have been a base hit. So 2 out here now in the bottom of the second.
Got to think about the base running rules at second. If the ball's in front of you, you got to stay still. Make the play at first. As you just seen right there, ran into an out there was Jaceki.
That's right. So Anders picks up his first hit of the series. The Wiz is thrown out. And now we see Frank Resto, who didn't play in the first game today. He checks in for Carrero at the catching position for Coach Rainey and the Bulldogs. Frank Resto batting .229 on the year.
Interesting to see, if we're looking at the roster for Adrian, Resto and Quincosa, 2 players from Miami, Florida. Starting to wonder if they're going to start using the Florida recruiting system that we've seen multiple sports teams here on campus do.
Except for hockey. But you're right. Lots of guys. You're a football player, Darian. You know better than anyone that Sunshine State is coming north to Michigan with more and more Bulldog recruits.
For about a semester or two before they realize how bad winter is up here.
Yeah, exactly.
Decide that's not their thing. The 1-2 pitch.
Taking off for second here. It won't matter. Then Wheaton records the strikeout. So no runs on 1 hit for the Bulldogs there in the second. We'll head to the top of 3. Hey, Kevin. Good to see you back.
Good to be back. Got a little cane.
What'd you get from Kane?
Well, I got the wrap. They weren't quite open at the grill, so I greased this a bit.
That's a shame. How did you want to care with us how you greased that, or care with us? Care to share with us how you greased that? I'm really struggling today on the mic, Kevin. Let me tell you, jeez, it's been a rough weekend here at Adrian.
I'm gonna plead the 5th on that one.
I plead the 5th. All right.
Do you know what that is, Frank?
Yeah, I do know what that is actually. The 5th is you reserve the right to stay silent. Pretty much, right? Yeah. Not bad for a Canadian.
To not incriminate yourself.
All right. A 5th Amendment brought to you by Kevin Sunday and his cane rap. We're going to hear from Kevin soon. We're going to find out what the probability of rain is from Kevin Sunday. Kevin, I want to know what the chances that we will see rain in the next hour are. Get to work. All right, he's on it. So we head into the top of 3. Leading off is Zach Thorne. Thorne had a big game earlier today. 2 hits and 2 RBIs recorded for the infielder. He takes a strike there from Parsons.
Parsons goes up 0-2 pretty quick here. 2 consecutive pitches. Weather update from Dan the Man. 20 more minutes until things get ugly.
And this one is hit on a rope. Out to left field. No problem there for Knorr. Making the catch for the out. Now it's the right fielder, Corey Shackle. He was 0 for 2 earlier today.
Looked a bunt, pulled it back, thought it was a ball. Umpire called it a strike, so we got an 0-1 count.
Nothing game here in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. Our weatherman, Dan the Man, now forewarning us that we have 20 minutes until the rain comes. It is currently 1:22. We'll see how close he is. Strike there from Parsons. Count is at 2-2.
Great job of painting the corner low and away. That's where you want to work. A lot of ground balls work in that area, Frank.
And Shackle smacks this one off the ground, and it's right at the second baseman, Drzwicki, but it was Joseph. And elects not to throw it there. Probably a good decision. Shackle picks up his first hit of the day.
Great play there by Joseph. Ranging to his right behind the bag. Momentum carrying him away from first. Decided not to throw it away. Took away a double. And just ate it. Great decision.
Bulldog pitcher Tommy Parsons surrenders his third hit of the day. Into the top of the order we go. Ethan Probinski. Led off with a single to open this second game today. Probinski, a senior from Auburn, Indiana. Actually shares the number 9 with Trevor Krager on this team, who's a freshman right-handed pitcher. And there's a hard hit. High out to right center field. Gertley will scoop that up for the second out of the inning. Shortstop Jake Kendall now, who grounded out to first in his earlier at bat. Tied for fourth on this team with 30 hits.
Parsons doing a good job of getting ahead in the count. Early strikes, 0-1 count. You can work anything you want rather than having to fight back to get ahead.
Kendall's a junior from Newcastle, Indiana. Pops this one up. It's going to go out of play.
Kendall grounded out the third last at bat. He's got a 1-2 count now with 2 outs. Shackle on first. Shackle takes off for second.
And an ill-advised decision there from Shackle. And he was out by a mile, not even close to end the inning.
That's the second runner picked off for Trine today. In a 0-0 game, you really need those runners.
Yeah, no kidding, Darian.
Looked like he was just trying to time up the pitcher. Parsons took a little bit longer than usual. Why he took off. A little bit too soon.
Corey Shackle 2 for 4 stealing bases now this season. And the rain is definitely coming. I can tell you that. It's just a matter of when.
Bulldogs have Joseph, Noor, and Schutz coming up for the bottom of the third. Want to get runs across. Go into a delay if necessary with a lead. First pitch outside to Joseph. Misses low on the second is Wheaton.
Joseph, the last batter in the order here. He switches with the catcher, Resto, from last game.
Finds himself ahead 3-0. You would assume he gets a take sign here.
Strike there thrown from Wheaton. Freshman's played a pretty nice game thus far on the mound for Trine. He walks Joseph here to lead off the bottom of the third. First walk of the game issued by either pitcher. And we'll head to the top of the order. Leading off will be, the top will be Josh Noor.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner coming in here.
It's Brian Killinger checking in for John Joseph. So the speedy sophomore replaces JJ the third at first. And he's got wheels, that's for sure. Noor takes the first ball down and away. Showing bunt there was Noor pulling it away. 2 balls and no strikes.
There's a sign you don't want to see, Frank. Just after 1, and the lights are coming on here at Nicolay Field.
Noor hammers that one right at the third baseman, LaBounty. Double play turned by the Thunder.
Taylor made 5-4-3 right there.
So now it's Drew Schutz with 2 gone in the bottom of the third.
Starts off Schutz with a strike.
Schutz grounded out to second in his earlier at bat. He
1-1 pitch in there for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes.
Schutz is a Pretty good player for this Bulldog club. Transferred from D1. Western Michigan. His former home. Finds himself in the MIAA now. Batting .284 on the season.
Full count here to shoots. 2 outs.
He's going to pop that one hop by into the parking lot. Shoots, he's going to pop this one up high to center field. Palmer, no problem, recording the final out of the inning. So the Thunder get a huge double play turn from LeBounty to keep this game scoreless as we head into the top of the 4th with the rain looming here at Nicolay Field.
Looking at the right field pole up into the sky is looking pretty dark.
It's too bad this game is going to inevitably be interrupted by rain because, like you said, Darian, before, this is could be turning into a pitcher's duel here with these two guys on the mound. Tommy Parsons has given up 3 hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks through 3 innings of work here for the Bulldogs.
This inning here could be huge, Frank. Not sure what it is in college, but at a certain point, a game becomes official if there is the delay. So look for teams to scratch across a run here. Dan the man confirming that after 4 innings, it counts as a game. If there is some reason it needs to be called due to rain or darkness, which not sure how the other stadiums are in the MIAA, but here in Adrian we are under lights, so darkness is not a factor. But if this game gets called, this could be the final inning. Right here would make it a game, so look for both teams to scratch across a run.
And leading off here with a pop-up is going to be Kendall. Doro making that catch. Jacob Kendall popping up to lead off the inning. Jordan Bear now, who has one of those 3 hits on Tommy Parsons today. Takes the first pitch strike.
Oh, 1 the count.
Bear batting .267 on the year. He's got 20 RBIs. That's good enough to put him second on this Thunder ball club. Takes another strike from Parsons.
1 ball, 2 strikes. As Parsons looks to work inside on Bear. Has to be a scouting report thing, because it looked like it was the same case in the last game. As Freyer worked the inside corner a lot with Bear too.
Taking off here is Bear for first. Oh, and beaming him in the back there was Frank Resto. So he'll reach first safely. And Resto giving himself a love tap on the side of the head after that.
It's the first error of the game. Going to the Bulldogs. Catcher. Got to communicate with the first baseman, get him outside the bag when you're that far behind, instead of trying to throw across.
5th error of the year for freshman catcher. Osbear on first, excuse me. So now it's Palmer.
Parsons quickly falls behind 2-0 in the count. Running on first, as we mentioned before, Frank, this inning does make it an official game. Not the time to be putting runners on base.
Palmer had 2 hits earlier today. This would be a big one here for his mates. With a man on first and 1 out.
Parsons paints the corner with a fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Infield pinch, double play depth. Third baseman back. Wouldn't be a bad idea to try to bunt one down the third baseline and get the runner in second in scoring position. 1 hit away. Could put him in a 1-0 lead.
And a hard hit out to center field. Could be over the head of Gertley. No problem. He makes the grab. Coming up with the catch in center field is Jeff Gertley for the second out of the inning. Jake LeBounty, no. He grounded out to first in his earlier at-bat. Scoreless game here in the top of the 4th. And we've just received word that it is raining at Stevens Hall, which is about a quarter mile down the road from Nicolay Field here. So
the real question is, what is our analyst doing talking to freshman girls? Stevens Hall, a freshman female dorm.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Darian.
You got to do what you got to do to get these updates, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So the rain probably within 5 minutes of Nicolay Field.
Dan the man said 20 minutes, and he is exactly 2 minutes away from being correct.
Let's not have that happen. Production house will be bragging for him if he calls this dead on. Not going to want to go to the meeting on Wednesday.
I'm skipping it anyways. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to LeBounty. Hard line drives foul.
2-2 the count now. 2 outs. Runner on first.
Two and two the count to LeBounty. Bear on first base, representing the go-ahead run. Struck out, swing and a miss. Tommy Parsons recording his second strikeout of the game. And that will retire the side as we head into the bottom of the 4th. And now we've got an update from our baseball analytics / weather mastermind, Kevin Sunday. Kevin?
Well, Frank, currently 15 degrees Celsius. That's 59 Fahrenheit for those of you from out of the country. Thought I'd give you some Celsius. So weather.com predicts a 20% chance of rain at 4 p.m., 0 until that time. Google guessing 46% at 4, 43% at 3, and 0 at 2 p.m. It is currently 1:42. Reports of rain less than a mile away. I, though, by my visual observation of the cloud, I'm predicting rain at 2:15. 2:15. Okay. The computer, many reports don't get rain till 3:15, and Now, the biggest analytic I like to bring into play here is the barometric pressure falling. It's currently 29.7 inches of mercury. I don't have that in millimeters. I apologize, Frank. I know being a Canadian, you'd like the millimeters of mercury, but I don't have it. Falling to a predicted 29.29 inches of mercury. I'm predicting rain by that metric at 29.68 inches of mercury, which falls about, using a projection of the current trend of the barometric pressure, at a late 433, which I don't think I'm going to go with that metric. So my prediction is 215, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you heard it here first, and you heard it here on ACTV. Kevin Sunday predicting it will not rain until 2:35. 3:15. 2:15. All right. He just changed it a split second ago. He must have seen something in the sky. Wow. There you go. There you go, folks.
It does feel colder, Frank. A lot colder. The winds calm down.
Mm-hmm. This is Ryan Doro here for the Bulldogs. 3-1 the count. And that one's hit up high to center field. Palmer should have it, and he does.
Doro angry with himself as he flips the bat a third of the way down the baseline. So he was jammed on that pitch.
Here's Gertley. Grounded out to second earlier in this game. The freshman Ben Wheaton has done a pretty good job on the mound here for the Thunder. Recorded 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Giving up 3 hits. 2 hits, excuse me.
1 was an error.
That's right. And that pitch is inside. 3-1 count for Gertley. And a hard hit there, and that almost stays fair. As one of our umpires had to do the Harlem Shake to get out of the way of that one. So full count here for the Big Gert. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Rain looming. Home run here could win it. Bang. Foul.
That's a full count now for Gertley.
Jeff Gertley, second on this team, batting .384. Excuse me, .378. This is 99th at bat of the season. And he has issued a walk and will trot his way onto first base. 10th walk issued to Gertley this season. Here's Drzwicki, who is the MIAA Player of the Week. He's got 2 hits today thus far. That pitch is way outside, and getting to second base there easily will be Gertley. Wild pitch thrown there from Ben Wheaton. Moves the go-ahead run. Gertley to 2-bag. Hard hit there by Drzwicki. Right at Probinski, and he'll gun him down at first base. But he does move Gertley on to third. So an opportunity here for the freshman Zach Leach to pick up his 6th RBI.
Keep in mind, earlier he was the big man on the diamond. 3 RBI double. See if he can get some magic here. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. Runner on 3rd. Curveball misses wide.
We saw him bunt earlier in today's game. I don't think we'll see him bunt here. And that could be a base hit. And it falls. Not able to make the play out in left field is Thorne. Looked like he had it for a second. It went in and out of his glove.
Great diving effort.
Great effort was, but not executed to perfection. And the Bulldogs, thanks in part to the freshman Zach Leach, have taken a 1-0 lead. Gertley comes in to score the run. Leach picks up his 6th RBI of the season. 1-0 Adrian. And now Leach is taken off for second. Will he get there in time? Falling short. And a nice play made there from Arnhammer, the catcher for the Thunder, to gun him down before he could reach second safely. But the damage is done.
That is the smarts of Coach Rainey right there.
That's right.
Knowing that getting 4 innings in the books makes the game official. Rain approaching. There's a few raindrops falling. Nothing too heavy. He gets the run in with Zach Leach going oppo just like he did in the first game to drive in the run. Drives in the run, 1-0, going to top of 5. This game is official no matter what happens now, and the rain is approaching fastly.
Well, Zach Leach had 3 RBIs earlier today. Make that 4 now, and he's played the part of hero through most of the day today for Adrian.
The way it's shaping up, he's going to be our ACTV player of the day.
Wow. So the first run of the game comes in the bottom of the 4th. We head now into the top of 5, where Bulldog pitcher Tommy Parsons is cruising.
Khan, the batter for the Thunder. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swings at the first pitch. Soft line drive to left. Not a problem for Knorr. Khan is retired on 1 pitch.
Arnhammer now. He grounded out to short earlier today.
Change up just misses outside on the first pitch.
Arnhammer fouls that one off.
Jammed him inside on the hands. A 1-1 count.
Another foul by Arnhammer. He's looking for his first hit of the series. 0 for yesterday, he's 0 for today.
Looks like the sun's starting to peek out again, Frank. That's a good sign.
Comes the 1-2 pitch. Through the legs of Restall. 5-hole.
That's a goal in your sport, Frank.
It would be. Tommy Parsons only given up 3 hits today. Line drive is caught by the first baseman there, Drizwicki, for the second out of the game. And the over streak this weekend continues for the catcher, Arnhammer. Zach Thorne now trying to spark a 2-out rally in the top of the fifth. He popped up to center field in his last at-bat.
Parsons ahead 0-2 on Thorne. He's retired 8 straight batters, Frank. The last hit was by Bear in the first inning. It was a single. He's retired everyone since then, in order.
There's another goal through the 5-hole of Resto. Looks like Frank Krupe out there. Someone get him a bigger set of goalie pads. The ball's just a little bit outside. Count now 2-2.
Two and two the count. 2 down. Just a bit high. Full count.
And Resto having a chat there with Thorne. Laughing about the strike zone, maybe.
8 consecutive batters retired on the line here. Looking for 9.
I think we're going to see it here. And that's hit high out to Knorr in left field, and he's not able to make the catch. Bounced off the wall. And a stand-up double for Thorne.
Great attempt there by Norn. He looks to be hurt on his glove hand as he drops his glove, shaking his arms out. Great attempt to leap up there and make the catch.
And
almost had it.
He dove hard into the wall out in left field there. It looked like for a second he had caught it, but in and out of his glove, and he is wincing. He looks to be in some pain out in left field. This is not good. How about Zach Thorne, though, with his 3rd double today?
Simply on fire. Seems to have the Adrian pitching staff's number. And that breaks Parsons' streaks of 8 straight retired. That's a big run there for Trine. Get it across to get the game tied. In case of this rain, which has been predicted 20 minutes away by our analytics man.
Well, Josh Knorr's started 27 games for Coach Rainey and the Bulldogs this season. Definitely one of the big-time players that this Bulldog team relies on. He's a leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. He waves the trainers off, and looks like he will stay in. Thankfully, Josh Knorr is okay.
Signal from Doro. It's his elbow. Looked like his elbow hit right at the post for the double layer fence. Probably be sore for a little bit.
Corey Shackle. Now with 2 out and a man on second. Swings at the first pitch foul. Shackle was 0 for 2 in the first game. Recorded a hit in his first at-bat this game.
The 0-1 pitch. Outside.
Corey Shackle looking for his 17th RBI of the season, with Zach Thorne standing at second. Third on the team is Shackle in RBIs, even though he's batting in the 9 spot here. Batting .294. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one is hit high. Frank Resto, mask off. Not a chance to make a play. Shackle's a junior from Butler, Ohio. Takes a swipe at that and right at John Joseph, the second baseman, who guns him down.
Killinger, who came in to run for Joseph, made a great play right there. Very John Joseph-esque.
Killinger, there you go. So the Thunder leave Thorne stranded at second as we head into the bottom half of the 5th inning. Kevin's got a weather update for us.
I'm going to change my prediction to 216, judging by the velocity of the clouds on the radar. Obviously, speed is distance over time. Doing that math, the amount of miles the storm is away, divided by how fast it's moving, gives me 216.
You heard it here first on ACTV, 216, the predicted time of rain. But at the moment, we are still playing baseball here at Nicolay Field.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The third baseman, number 5,
Matt Andrus leading off, the third baseman.
He'll be followed by Resto and Killinger. And then the top of the lineup for the Bulldogs.
Andrus is 1 for 3 today. Ben Wheaton, the freshman, has done a really nice job on the mound for the Thunder today. Through 4 innings, he's surrendered 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and he picked up his first career MIAA strike earlier today. Andrus is going to ground out to third for the first out of the inning. Now it's Resto, who is victim to Ben Wheaton's only strikeout today, and he picks up a hit down the left field line, heading for 2. Look at Frank Resto go. Will he get there in time? He does. A double for Frank Resto, the freshman from Miami, Florida. Frank Resto definitely not known for his offense.
Or his speed, but he hustles that one out for a double.
Yeah, no kidding. That's his first career double for Resto. And looks like he's going to head into the Bulldog dugout here. We're going to see a pinch runner. So Resto, after his double, heads to the bench. He will be replaced by Ian Mikowski. The sophomore from Grand Rapids will check in to run. Resto probably needs a respirator after that run. A restorator? There you go. So now with one out in the bottom of the fifth and the Bulldogs leading 1-0. Chance here for Killinger. Excuse me, it's Colin Parcher has replaced Killinger. Parcher getting in his first action of the day. Junior from Napoleon, Ohio.
Perched comes out, talk to his Thunder. With one out here, bottom of the fifth. Mikowski on second. Parcher pinch hitting. It's still Wheaton on the mound for the Thunder.
He's surrendered 4 hits today. Parcher is going to pop this one up high. Bayer makes the grab at first. And Parcher swings at the first pitch he sees for out 2 of the inning. So we'll zip up to the top of the order to see Josh Knorr. And he'll be looking to scoop up his 7th RBI with Mikowski standing at second. Knorr still looking for his first hit of the day. He grounded out into an inning-ending double play his last time at bat. And there's a hard shot right at Jake Kendall, and he will send him down in time. Josh Knorr, hitless on the day. Grounding out to the shortstop Kendall, and now we'll head into the top of 6, where the Bulldog lead still remains at 1. We could see this game being completed, Darian, for all the talking we've been doing about the rain on the way. It's on the way. The sun is kind of peeking out, and we may just finish this game.
I will never claim to be a weather expert, but it looks like all the dark clouds have passed over Nicolay Stadium, and it didn't even look like it was over the field. The baseball gods have answered our prayers, kept the rain away, and it looks like there's clearer skies to come, coming from the right field in. Probinski, Kendall, and Bayer will be the 3 up for the Thunder. Coming up in the 6th inning. Each team has 4 hits, 1 lone error, and that's on the Bulldog side.
Freshman Tommy Parsons remains on the mound. freshman from New Albany, Ohio. Oh, excuse me. Thanks to everybody for correcting me very quickly on that. Pitching change.
Colin Cortez coming in, freshman from Bowling Green, Ohio.
So Tommy Parsons' day ends after 5 innings pitched. He gave up 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. So a pretty nice day for the freshman pitcher. Who's, as we mentioned, replaced Cole Knopp is in for the Bulldogs, junior from Brooklyn, Michigan. He's got a 2.08 ERA in 3 appearances this year for the Bulldogs. Giving up 7 hits on the year and a home run. And there's a ball hit out to right center field by Zach Leach. Scooped up by the Bulldog outfield. Colin Corte pitching for the Bulldogs, excuse us.
Kendall's 0 for 2 here. Head of the count 1-0 on Corte. Off speed, just misses. It's going to be 2-0.
Ben Yax is also in at second base now for the Bulldogs. He replaced Killinger. Comes the through and pitch from Corte. Hits the strike. Full count now.
Full count offering.
Jacob Kendall takes the walk. He's 0 for 4 today and reaches base for, 0 for 6 on the day. Reaching base for the first time. First baseman Jordan Bear now. Hard bouncing ball off the ground. This could be 2. And it is. Double play executed to perfection by the Bulldogs, and that will retire the side in a hurry. So Colin Corte, who checked in for Tommy Parsons, makes quick work of Thunder batters as we head into the bottom of the 6th with the Bulldogs still leading by a score of 1-0.
That's 1-0 for those of you couldn't quite understand.
That's right. And now we've got another update here from Kevin Sunday.
Well, the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, Colin Corte, has a season ERA of 3.0. He's a 3-1 in the season in 10 appearances. Now, I looked up a cool metric. Peripheral ERA takes into account the ballparks in which the pitchers are giving up these runs. Given the fact that he has given up some of those runs here at Nicolay Field, I'm going to take his ERA down to a 2.89. Peripheral ERA, of course. What do you think about that, Frank?
I don't think much about that.
Well, there's a lot that helps the pitcher here, or the batter, here at Nicolay Field. I think lack of a warning track The fence being so close to the foul line in both left and right field. Do you have anything to add?
How do you feel about the surface playing into that?
I think it only helps the batter. Am I wrong?
Could help the pitcher in some situations as you're going to get more of a true bounce coming on ground balls. Easier to field for the infielders rather than the natural grass where you can get a lip or in the dirt where you can get crazy hops that go over any infielder.
So maybe bigger bounces but more predictable ones.
I would say less, like, I don't know. It would be more of a flatter area than
so you're predicting a
bouncing.
lower bounce. We'd have to do some
More-
experiments and
More of like a gym floor feel for like when you can't practice outside. Nice level surface, ball's just going to roll on the ground rather than taking unpredictable bounces because it's a level surface.
helps the pitcher. Well, shows my lack of knowledge about the game of baseball. I am confident in my 2.89 number, though. Back to you, Frank.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Sidelining today is Kevin Sunday, doing a little bit of everything here for ACTV. Ben Wheaton's afternoon is over for the Thunder. He checks out for Jake Weimer on the mound. Wheaton goes 5 innings pitched, surrendering 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 1 strike. So Weimer will take over with Drew Schutz leading off the bottom of the 6th for Adrian. Drew Schutz 1 for 6 today with a run scored.
One and one pitch.
Jake Weimer in the game. Looking to retire. First batter he sees. He's got a 3.86 ERA in 9 appearances this season for the Thunder. Surrendered 13 hits. Six strikeouts on the season. Down on the count 3-1. Here comes the pitch. And he walks, shoots to open up his afternoon. 15th walk of the season issued by Jake Weimer has the leadoff man at first. Ryan Doro's having a pretty nice afternoon. And there's another hit. Smacked past the third baseman, LeBounty. 5th hit of the day. 4th hit of the day, for Ryan Doro, who had 2 in the first game, and he's got 2 now in the second game. No outs in the bottom of the 6th. Gertley shows bunt, pulls it away.
Dangerous guy to have up with runners on.
Absolutely.
With that home run from Doro, he's now tied for the team leading 7 home runs.
Gertley drops the bunt. He'll get thrown out at first, but more importantly, move his runners around.
That's the second sacrifice bunt we've seen today for the Bulldogs.
That's right. Shuts now at third, Doro at second after Gertley executes the bunt. Walking up to the mound now is the Wiz. He's 1 for 4 today with an RBI and a run scored. Opportunity to expand this lead with runners at second and third. It looks like they're going to intentionally walk him. probably a smart decision to let Drizwicki take the walk here. Now we'll load the bases for the Bulldogs.
See how they're going to play it here. It looks like they're going to have the corners in to look to try to turn two, going home first and then over to first.
You know, the DH, Zach Leach, coming in here has had a real nice afternoon. He's got 4 RBIs today. Big chance. And he grounds that one off the side of his foot.
If you're the left fielder, you got to be heads up. Both of his RBI hits have gone his way. That's Zach Thorne out there. Couldn't quite get the diving catch in his last at-bat. And then he played the one down the left field line. Got to be heads up if you're Zach Thorne. Oh, one pitch is low. Moves count to 1-1.
Zach Leach had 2 RBIs on the season when he woke up this morning. He's got 6 now as he stands in the batter's box. 4 on the day. Bases loaded for him with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss.
Makes the count 2-2. Keep in mind, Frank, his 3 RBIs were in a bases loaded situation. In game 1, cleared the bases with a shot down the line to left.
Fouls that one off.
Could have made a play on that one, Frank.
Yeah, right. Shoots at third. Doro at second. Drizwicki at first.
Anything deep to the outfield here will get an insurance run for the Bulldogs as they lead 1-0 bottom of the 6th. One more shot for Trine. Definitely want one more.
Adrian calling for a balk. And they are going to be awarded it. Kicking up his left leg a little bit early. Shoots, trots in, taps home plate, and it's a 2-0 lead for Adrian.
If you pick up your lead leg, Frank, you have to deliver a pitch home or make an attempt to pick someone off. He picked it up, put it right back down. That is a balk, and you cannot do that. That's going to be huge for Trine as that gives him a 2-run deficit to overcome in the 7th inning.
Mental error there for Jake Weimer. Head coach Greg Persky of the Thunder comes out to plead his case, but to no avail. Shoots records his 17th run scored of the season on that mistake made by Weimer. Leach fouling that one off hard, out of play. Hard shot right at the shortstop, Kendall, and he looks to throw home, and it's high over the head of Arnhammer. Bulldogs score another run. It's Ryan Doro. Kendall's pitch was far too high over the head of Arnhammer. The Trine catcher didn't have a chance to make a play at home. And the Bulldogs have now scored 2 here in the bottom of the 6th to extend their lead to 3-0.
There will be an error charged right there to Kendall.
Team high 11th error of the season for the shortstop Kendall, but I suppose you usually see the shortstops with the most errors. They see the most action. There's a first pitch strike thrown on the third baseman Andrus now, who's in the batter's box.
Just like that, it's 3-0, Frank, with 1 out. Runners on the corner for the Bulldogs. Andrus misses on a curveball to go down 0-2.
Leach didn't pick up a RBI on that play.
He does pick up an RBI.
On the air.
Yep.
Still records one. How about that? 5 on the day for him now. This one is hit high. Going to go foul.
He wouldn't have gotten the RBI if the bases weren't loaded. Or if he didn't have anywhere to go. He had nowhere to go. He had to move forward.
The RBI will be credited to Leach. However, it will not be an earned run, I do not believe, due to it coming on an error for the pitcher.
Andrus fouls one off the pavilion roof. Out of play. Count is at 0-2.
Andrews got on by fielder's choice. In his first at bat, grounded out to third in his second.
And he's going to ground out to third here, it looks like. Run down. Thrown out. Doro is tagged right in front of home plate. Excuse me, that was Drzwicki.
Andrews gets it on a fielder's choice. Leach comes all the way around to third, so runner's on the corner still. 2 outs. Earnhammer giving out signals for the first and third defense.
It looks like Frank the Tank is still on his respirator because Carrero has now checked him for him. Carrero started the first game. He went 0 for 2 for the Bulldogs. He's got runners on the corner here.
Skips the 1-0 pitch in. Moves the count to 2-0 on Carrero.
Carrero's got 4 RBIs on the season. Holds off on that pitch. It's just called strike.
Curveball broke back in. Wasn't what he was looking for. Bulldogs came away with a 7-4 victory in Game 1. Looking to get a sweep here today at this doubleheader. Leading 3-0 right now in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on first and third. Carrero at bat. 3-1 count. Frank Krupe, Adrian pitcher on the mic. It's been a great day for Bulldog baseball despite the threat of rain. Looks like it's held off for us pretty nicely. Although we did move the games ahead to 11 o'clock to avoid it.
And you know what? Everyone was wrong about the weather predictions.
That's why weather in Michigan is such a hard thing to predict. 2-2 count for Carrero. 3-2.
Some confusion on the big board out in left center field. And let's play ball. Here comes the pitch. Grounder to Kendall, and he will gun down Carrero to end the bottom of the 6th. We now head into the top of 7. Bulldogs 3 outs away from sweeping the day. We'll see what the Bulldogs and Coach Craig Greeny choose to do on the mound here. Do you think we see Cole and Cordy come back out?
Not sure, Frank. But in the bottom of the 6th, 2 runs came across to get insurance runs here. It will be Corte coming back to the mound to finish this off. Through the Thunder here. You got to go station to station baseball, as the great Eric Pocan, my high school coach, would say. Don't look to do anything too special. You got to get 3 runs here in this last inning.
Bulldogs lead by a score of 3-0. 3 outs away from remaining unbeaten on home turf here at Nicolay Field.
For the Tiger faithful, they look to redeem themselves after a 13-2 loss. They are ahead 7-0 at the end of 3 on the White Sox.
How about that? Drew Palmer is 2 for 5 on the day with a run scored.
He'll be followed by LeBounty and Khan. The last chance for the Thunder.
He's already got delivery. He can't.
Third base coach wants a conversation with the home plate umpire. Time is called, but we're back in action. It's a ball low. Moves the count to 2-0.
Hard grand ball hit right at Doro. A little high, but he gets his man. Druzwicki stretching out to grab that and record the first out of the inning.
He's really good.
LeBounty now. He's also 1 for 5 today. And that's a hard grounder. That's up into center field. Heading for 2 here is LeBounty, and he will get there. No problem standing up. A double for LeBounty.
Trine looking for that to be their spark.
4th double of the season for Jacob LeBounty.
If you are the Bulldogs, just focus on these last 2 outs. The run on second means nothing in this 3-0 game. Top of 7.
And again, it's the Trine third base coach out there chatting with the umpire.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Excuse me, we're going to have a runner on.
Yeah, it's a pinch runner. Stepping in is Travis Bandit, the junior from Gaylord, Michigan. So he replaces Jake LeBounty at second. Now we'll see pinch hitting as well as Robert Ross. 6'5" sophomore. Robert Ross batting .273. He's got 3 hits in 11 at-bats this year with 1 RBI. We'll see if he can do some damage here for Trine. That pitch is low and away for ball 2. Craig Rainey's going to call time here and head out and talk to Colin Corte.
There is someone warming up down in the bullpen, Frank.
Tomorrow
Looks like Rainey's going to leave in
Hamilton, maybe?
Corte. Two more outs. We got a 2-0 count here on Ross. Runner on second. 1 out. Corte comes back with a strike.
No, I was talking about Cody. I think it might be.
2-1 on Ross.
Check swing called on a strike there. Count now 2-2 for Ross. Runner on second. Here in the top of 7. Bulldogs 2 outs away from a win. And that's low for ball 3. Hard foul ball into the fence.
Full count here. On Ross, the pinch hitter for Colton Kahn, who was 0 for 2 on the day.
And Ross has walked. And that will bring the tying run up to the plate. Kyle Arnhammer now. With 1 out in the top of the 7th.
He's 0 for 2 thus far in the game.
And he's 0 for 5 on the day.
If you're the Bulldogs, this is the guy you want up. We got another substitute runner in for Trine. It's number 12, Ethan Kirkman.
So Arnhammer is 0 for 5 on the day. This would be a opportune time for him to record his first hit on this Sunday afternoon. Fastball from Corte. Strike 1.
1-1 count.
Hard ground ball. It's right at the first baseman. Bulldogs will get 1. And Drzwicki, they don't get 1, excuse me.
High bounce there to Drzwicki. Thought he was going to go for 2. You could see the look on his face. He was excited for the game-ending double play. Turned late to go to second, not in time. You just look for him to go to first, get that easy out. Get 2 down, 1 to go here. Instead, they don't pick up an out. 1 out, bases loaded. And Thorne's going to be up.
Drzwicki elects to go to second there and try to record the out instead of throwing out Ross at first. And now we've got the bases loaded for Zach Thorne. And Zach Thorne has been hot. He's had a hot bat today.
Doubled in his last at bat.
He had 2 hits and an RBI in the first game as well.
Just missed that one. He wanted it bad. Fastball down the middle right where he liked it. Just got underneath. He is the lead runner here. Go ahead and run at the plate. Oh, 0-1 offering. Curveball, great stop by Carrero.
Boy, did this game get interesting real quick. Bases loaded for Trine College. Bulldogs need 2 outs to end the game. And that's popped up high and out of play. Thanks, Kevin. Trine faithful making some noise.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases loaded for Thorne, who doubled in his last at bat. Seems to have the Bulldog pitching number.
And there's a liner right at Doro, who makes a catch and taps 2-bag for the double play. Game over. Bulldogs win.
Trine made a game out of it late.
Yeah, they sure did, but they ran into the Bulldogs shortstop Ryan Doro, as many teams find themselves doing. Line drive hit right at Doro. Nabbed it out of the air, tapped 2-bag. Game over. Bulldogs win by final score of 3-0. They record the shutout. And they beat Trine in both games today by a combined score of 10-4.
Tommy Parsons going to get the win today for the Bulldogs. The loss is going to go to Wheaton. Both teams recorded 5 hits and 1 error. Adrian came away with a 3-0 win there. I believe our next ACTV broadcast will be tomorrow, and it will be softball.
Yeah, we've got lots of baseball coming up in the next couple days here at Adrian. Tomorrow at 3:30, tune in for women's softball. And then the following day, this Tuesday, April 21st at 5 p.m., we've got Adrian College playing host to our crosstown rivals.
Siena Heights.
Siena Heights, you got it. Men's lacrosse Wednesday at 7 p.m., followed by more baseball this Saturday at 1 p.m. So we've got lots of action this week on ACTV. Make sure you tune in to catch our next men's baseball broadcast Tuesday versus Siena Heights. Adrian wins both games today. They take 3 of 4 away from Trine in the weekend series. They extend their lead in the MIAA now. They've won 16 MIAA games, 24 overall. And more importantly, they remain unbeaten here at Nicolay Field now. Perfect 10-0 for Frank Krupp, for Darian Pitcher, Dan Steinkoff, and everyone else in the production house. Thanks for tuning in. We'd like to remind you, if you have a Bulldog, do not get it spayed or neutered. Good night.